Hmm. Well, I gotta make sure this is running right first. I know I streamed to Twitch before. Um, Hopefully this is going to YouTube. Um, yeah, let me go make sure it's not going to. I'm pretty sure it's going to YouTube. I really forgot how to look on here. Oh, here we go. There we
Yeah,
go. It's working. Let me go make sure it's not going to. I'm pretty sure it's going to YouTube. So make sure it's working. I really forgot how to look on here. There we go. All right, so I'm back in World of Warcraft. I know it's been a while since I've made anything really. Um, just to give you guys a little bit of update on what I'm doing um, in my life. So I graduated nursing school. I moved to Utah. I got a divorce. I got sole custody of my children. And I didn't really play MMOs anymore. As you guys noticed, I haven't really played much of MMOs at all. I think I made my last video was a review of a knife or something that I had, right? Which makes sense. Oh, here we go. And the reason why I stopped is just there's been a lot going on. There's just been a lot going on in my life. My dad did pass away about 2.5 months ago due to cancer. Pancreatic cancer's just terrible. But I was there for him every day while he was sick. I was working and I was in nursing school, but I still did manage to be there for him. I was the one who administered his last set of medications, for example. And he did pass away, and it's still kind of, well, to be honest with anybody, with you guys and anybody else on the planet, you guys would know that it just sucks. Okay. I don't administered his last set. I don't cherish or relish the idea of anybody going through something like that when you lose a parent. So my advice to everybody, if anybody gets anything out of this video, spend as much time with your family, especially your parents, as you can. I say that for everybody. I don't care if you're playing a video game with your family. I don't care if you're going out hunting with your family. I don't care if you're just, you know, going over to your family's house and sitting on the couch and conversing and being with your immediate family because you honestly don't know when's the last time you're going to talk to them. You don't. And I say that only because I lost my dad. My mom lives here. Um, and speaking of that, to let you guys know what you have to go through when you have a family member who is kind of set up, but kind of not through death in the family. You have to go through a lot. I had to call and set up my mom's pension. I had to call and make sure that her Social Security was set up and properly done. I had to call and get every bill that we have set up in my mother's name, and I had to make sure that it was linked to her, you know, bank account and stuff. Like I had to go through all that. That whole process took me about 3.5 weeks to a month, and even today, um, like I still every 2 weeks have to go in there and make sure that my money gets deposited, that money goes out where it's supposed to. I remember last month my cell phone bill never got taken out at all. So had to go to Verizon website and make sure that everything was linked. I had to make sure that like things that we don't need is not on there. I found oh shoot a paper, not a paper, but like an online. I found the Wall Street Journal subscription, for example, on my mom's credit card that nobody uses. Maybe my dad set it up, so I had to cancel that. I found YouTube music subscription, $16 a month that nobody ever used, so I had to cancel that. So just make sure that if you have something like this, I know it's very hard for everybody to go through this, but it's a very, very um, not easy situation to do this. And then you have people calling you or trying to call the person, and you're like, that I'm sorry, but that person's gone. And every time you say that on the phone to these people, it hurts. It honestly hurts when you have to hear it, and you keep having to explain it. Especially, I had to explain to a credit card company 3 times that my dad wasn't with us anymore. And so that's my advice. Spend much time as you can with your family. If anybody does ever need help with this type of situation, you can always message me. I'm not a financial planner or an advisor or a death like, helper like certified, but since I've been through it now, I can actually let people know, hey, these are the steps you need to take. Um, you know, when you go down to the office for your bills, like your utilities, you have to bring in a birth certificate. Like, so every bill was in my dad and my mom's name. So I had to bring in a birth certificate. I drive my mom down there, and we had to go through the process of getting my dad off there and only having my mother on there, and making sure that the bill was on her account. You know, it's a very, very stressful, and I know it's not fun, and I know it sucks when you lose somebody that you care about. And my father was the anchor of my family. He was a person who would do anything for you, um, even if you messed up. He would still be there to help you not only learn from your mistake, but also help you to get out of whatever it is to where you don't make that mistake again. And so that's my life. That's where I've been. I'm playing World of Warcraft again. I don't have any intention of not playing WoW, but my purpose of playing this game is not gear treadmill, right? It's not where it used to be. I'm playing World. Okay. I don't have any intention of being a gear treadmill person. I don't have any intention of sitting there and doing raids and raids and raids and raids. Midnight's coming out. The reason why I came back is because they're introducing a really cool looking player housing system. And everybody who knows me knows in Final Fantasy, I had a really good house. I had two of the best houses. I have a large and I had a small, and it was very fun um, to decorate and do things with it. And WoW is looking to be much better than that. That's the cool part. And I do plan to have video of Midnight and first impressions, um, and things of that nature for everybody to see. I don't think I'm going to get some huge following. I know that there's a streamer named Asmon Gold, which I recommend people watching his videos. He's more become more of a little bit political type person, but he also lost his father to the same thing that I did, and I'm wishing him on this video a very sorry, and I hope that it wasn't as difficult as mine was. Mine was, we knew what was going on, but it was not. Well, I wasn't prepared. I was told 3 to 4 to 5 years and a year, a year. And I was first told that they can remove it, and then within 3 months you couldn't remove it anymore. So I'm sorry, but even though I'm working in the medical field, I don't take anything what a doctor says anymore to heart. I don't care what they say anymore. I'm sorry, but I don't. I can't. I cannot sit there and think that what they say is gospel, because when you tell me you can remove something and it'll be fine, and then 2 months later it can't be. When you tell me that the person is going to have 3 to 5 to 6 years left, that it's really, really slow and not aggressive. And then 2 to 3 months later, you say, sorry, you know, 6 months to 2 years. Sorry, 6 months to 3 years. And then they're gone within a year. I'm not saying not to trust your doctor or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I don't anymore because of that. I can't. Um, so that's where I've been. If anybody want to play with me, I'm still on Cenarian Circle. I do have a very, very small guild. I have no intention of growing it very much, if at all. The boys are playing as well. I don't know if they're online, and Lionel is. Um, Currently, I'm streaming on a Alienware M16 V2 laptop. Graphics are all on super high and have no lag issues. And this is what it's looking like while I'm streaming. So a lot better than my older PC that I have. Um, I do plan on getting a new desktop um, and everything. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know where I'm at, to let you guys know, you know, what's going on in my life. Currently, I'm right now. People may notice I'm in Pandaria, my most favorite place. I'm farming for this stuff, which is basically things for my little farm people. Um, and I'm, leveling up my farm. I got Pandaria fishing yesterday, which ironically was stupid because they should have given me master fishing already. I have rum first, Pandaria fishing, and they didn't. I didn't have it on this character, but they should, but they don't. So anyway, just a really quick video on what's going on in my life, what's been happening. I know that I got a message from somebody like a month ago asking me if I was going to do any reviews on anything. Um, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to do any reviews. I know that I want the Mad Catz MMO7 mouse, the M Plus that's coming out later. Because this mouse, by the way, sucks. It's called an Insignia something or other, and all of a sudden it'll randomly disconnect itself from Bluetooth to even being on. It's a known thing. I hate it. But anyway, so yeah, I may do review videos. I don't really have anything to review. Um, I do have some firearms I never did review that I can, but I'm not really focused on that right now. Like I don't plan on being a huge gun like buying person. Um, I haven't. I got basically I got all the firearms that I could ever want, unless something comes out that is just something I really want. Usually everybody knows that I want firearms and such that are from like movies and things that I like and stuff, and I have those. I have the Jurassic World rifle, for example, um, from the original Jurassic World movie. So, like, yeah, there is. I may do reviews. I did get a new Indiana Jones hat, a Herbert Johnson, which is twice as expensive as my last Indiana Jones hat, which was already expensive. I don't plan on doing a review of that right now. I'm going on a trip next week, and I'm going to take the hat with me. I also have the backpack that was featured but not featured in the last Indiana Jones movie. What they did was is they took the labeling off the backpack, and then they had Harrison Ford use the backpack in like 2 scenes or 3 scenes or something. And they didn't tell the company that made the backpack, and they actually got sued over it. Don't know what happened with it. I stopped following that, but it's called a Frost River geologist bag, and I actually got one of those for Christmas. And I mean, I made you a review on that. I got a cool stethoscope that you can do a three-way EKG when just holding it there. I mean, that'd be something to do, but I'm not like a I'm not an ER person, like an ER tech, and I don't plan to be like that. So yeah, just understand I'm here. I'm still living my life, and it's going okay. But if you don't see me for, weeks at a time or whatever, it isn't because I don't want to be here. It's just life has been really difficult. Um, I've taken my NCLEX and I haven't heard back, and it's been 4 days. I mean, I imagine like I'm thinking I probably just, didn't do so well, so I'm gonna have to retake it. That's where I stand. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but you have 5 years, or you have 5 years to take and pass the NCLEX, and you can take it every 45 days. So the more times you take the NCLEX and study, the better it is the next chance you have to pass. It's not an easy test. It's the hardest test I've ever had to try to do. Graduating nursing school was pretty cool. It was not easy at all, but it wasn't something where, you know, you fail. I had to work while I was going to nursing school. So that's another like thing I can say that other people who are nurses, I know three or four of the people in my group. I hate the word cohort, by the way. I don't know who thought of that, and I just it's a pet peeve. I don't like the name cohort. My class, okay. I know at least three or four people in my class who actually quit their jobs because they were in nursing school, and they're like, "This is too difficult." I continued working 2 days a week, Friday and Saturday. My school was Monday through Friday, which means yes, I would come home, and I would go to sleep at 2 in the afternoon and get up at 4 if I was able to fall asleep, and work 12 hours all night, and then come home and sleep, and then get up and work 12 hours. So it is possible, and I recommend people, doing what you chase your dreams, chase them, because you're not going to get any younger. I'm sure as heck not. I've been playing World of Warcraft since 2005, 2002, early 2000, off and on. My longest stint was between vanilla and Mist of Pandaria. I came back for Legion, and I remember I saw some videos of me playing Legion. I saw a couple of my videos, and to be honest with you, Legion sucks. Legion literally blows, and I'll show you why. Okay, if you recall, I don't know if you guys remember this frickin' place right here. They had me. They had me the nightfall whatever. They had me running around on my hunter and or whatever it was, and I was being literally destroyed in 2 or 3 hits by by just regular mobs, and I was only doing it so I can get Pathfinder, so I could frickin' fly. And it was, I thought it was Shadowlands. I really did, because it was all dark and purple, and they actually introduced Legion Remix, and you know, I made a character, I made a Death Knight, and I flew over this area to go to Stormheim. I flew over there. And as soon as I flew over it, I said, "Wait a minute, that's that stupid place with the rep people, where where you had to it was like elves or whatever, and you had I don't remember what it was, but you had to do the rep with these people, and it was so like grindy. It was like it would take you a month or some damn thing like that, and you would get killed in there, just 1, 2 dead. Like it was worst leveling and experience and expansion I've ever done. I absolutely hate Legion for that. I hate it. Okay, I wasn't here for Shadowlands, but I hear it wasn't any better. But I actually went there for a mount, and it's actually pretty cool looking. I didn't like Oribos or whatever it's called. Um, and then Dragonflight. Dragonflight seemed interesting. Is this Dragonflight? Maybe. um, but I didn't do it. But then, oh, that's where I'm at. But this, this was cool. So I got here. Remember, I've been gone. I think I played a week of Legion, right? Like a week of Legion, and I came back, and I got here off of spoilers. Dalaran gets blown up, and you get dumped here. You got to do something, and then you end up here. Well, The cool part about it is you didn't have to do Pathfinder, which is absolutely retarded, to fly, but you had to do dragon flying, which by the way sucks. I hate dragon flying. It has these little balls, and if you run out of the little balls on there, you can't go up anymore. You kind of just glide down, and then you have to go up again. It's kind of a stupid waste. But what I did is everybody knows me that I like mining, so I was like, well, I want to make some money, you know. This is before midnight was announced, and I just started at level 70, and I started going up and down, like flying and gliding and getting more. And this is the route I took. Went up there, went up here, went down here, went around, across, and every now and then there's a note in here, up, and then I followed this road over, actually about right here. Yeah, right here. I went across the. I didn't go across the bridge. I flew over the inlet there, flew on the beach, went around here. When it went over here, went over here, went over around Cinder Brew, went directly over this little island. When it went around, now I go this way, but I used to go around this way. There's no point. And then I fly over here, and then I go to the mainland again. I go past Rambleshire, and then I go straight, and then I kind of fly right over the theater troupe, and then right over the. This is a. We say that is a world boss, and then I do it over again. I did that from level 70 to 79, which people are like, oh, well, you have specializations. No, no. When I mined, I didn't know about this. I had no idea that there was silver and bronze and gold pieces. I had no idea what this specialization was. I never even opened this menu from 70 to 79. And someone said, "Hey, let's you should run a couple of delves." Now, I didn't even know what that was. I ran one delve by myself. I was like, "Well, this is dumb. I don't want to do this by myself. It's kind of stupid." So I ran out. I didn't even know you could do it with a group. I did the delve, and then a friend that I met in the game actually by himself, really cool guy, joined my guild. It's the only non-family member I have in the guild at the moment. Said, "Hey, what's your specializations?" And I was like, "What's that?" And he told me, and I was like, hold on, let me make sure my sound is working. I did the delve. It is, and I was like, "Well, what's that?" So he had me open the the sorry. He had me open this, and I was like, "Wow, what's that?" And I started reading, and I was like, "Oh wow, I could have, I could have like been mining this whole time by flying. I could have just not even bothered to do that." But then I realized that dragon flying sucks, and then they taught me, well, here's how you put the regular one on. And I was like, oh, so I went and did this, and I jumped onto the whole like being able to mount and stay mounted while mining. I was able to level up to 80 that way, and I had fun, and I think I made a lot of money. Um, and I want to, so with that, I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that I was able to do. Um, Now everybody knows that I always wanted this mount, and it's still stupid and a pain in the ass. I hate motion controls. I do. Um, and so recently, I started running it. The minute I came back, I started taking my characters through. I think at one point I was running motion vaults 4 times a week. Like, because remember, we came back, I leveled up a rogue, I deleted my old rogue, which I shouldn't have done, but I did. Um, I had 2 druids, I deleted one of those because I didn't need one. Um, and so I was able to go in there, and a couple of weeks ago, I killed Elgalon. Actually, my stupid pet killed Elgalon. By the way, if you're a hunter, do not kill Elgalon with your pet. Dismiss your pet completely before you engage Elgalon. Because if your pet kills him, you will not be able to loot the box. I don't care what Blizzard says. I bugged the box. Couldn't loot the box. Got pissed. The week after that, ran it, didn't drop. The week after that, ran it, and it dropped. Finally, after I don't even know how long I've been trying to get this stupid mount, right? But here's the cool part. So before that, I figured out that you can tame the damn thing. So I have Juliet now, which by the way, that's the most annoying pet to have because it's long and it gets in the way of everybody who's around me. My kids don't like it. They can't even wave at me. Just a pain. But I love it anyway. So I wanted to tell you guys about my when I first logged in for the first time. I didn't get on my. Everybody knows hunt. This is my favorite class, and it's not because it's easy to play. It's because I like pets. I've always liked four-legged creatures, dragons, things like that, and I couldn't have that on any other class in the game. But the first thing I did is I logged onto my rogue. I logged on my druid, and then the last character I saved my hunter for last. Saved it, and when I logged in, she was there. Bella, my cat from Wrath of the Lich King, who would play with me. She was deaf in real life, and she would actually play hide and seek. Put her down in Oregon a long time ago, and I actually named that. That's the first spirit beast I ever tamed by myself for myself. I used no add-ons. I waited for Lochnack, that's what it's called, Lochnack or whatever, for 6 hours. And I was able to tame it. And I named her Bella after my cat. And lo and behold, I didn't know it. Bella's still here with me. May not be my cat in real life, but it's cool that Blizzard was able to keep something from my life that I put in this game so I can remember, and I didn't even know. Yeah, but that's the reason why I play this character now. Juliet is named after a new cat I got. Her name's Juliet, and she's not very nice. She's sleeping in her box. She has a little cardboard thing that she does that and stuff. But she's awesome. Orange cat, of course. But yeah. Now people don't know. Some of you guys are gonna wonder why I'm doing my farm, wondering why I'm worried about these guys' reputations, wondering why I'm worried about the tillers, which is over here. The reason why is because in midnight, reps are gonna matter. Maybe not all of them, but some of them are. And I've been telling my kids this too. If you are wanting to go and do things with your character, my advice is to do some reps. Here I am. I've had my full tier piece set, my full five sets. There's actually more than that. Um, it's actually more than those pieces. I think one of them don't count. Maybe it's the boots. No, I don't know. I'm at 688. I ran that stupid, which by the way I hate Omega. It's Omega. It's stupid. I killed Decimacius or whatever his name was. I did it once, LFR one time. LFR was more difficult in this game now than it was in Cataclysm. The LFR is more difficult now than it was in Cataclysm. So I don't I don't know what to think of that. But as you can see, I'm running one add-on, just one, which is Silver Dragon, and this shows you where all the specialty mobs are in the zones you're in. I got it because I was starting to farm Time Lost Protodrake, and I told myself that if I found Time Lost first, I wouldn't go back and get Astral Cloud Serpent. If I got Astral Cloud Serpent first, I would just say screw the Time Lost. Obviously, I was lucky and got Astral first. Um, but yeah, so that's it. I am happy. I do miss my father very, very, very much. I am taking care of my mother whenever she needs me. And yeah, anyway, that's all for now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be streaming a lot. I know that I can stream like some, right? Um, but the cool part is I'm able to stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time now. I'm an affiliate, always have been, and I didn't know that I could do both. Recently, I guess they changed it to where I can do both. So I don't know if I'm going to just get right back jumping into streaming to both platforms or just one platform, but I do know that I will eventually probably do both. Yeah. So yeah, if anybody wants to play with me and my family, let me know. I know in Midnight, the housing system, they have neighborhoods, and neighborhoods are going to require at least 8 people, paying subscribers, sorry, paying